Hey, bless up, it's King Kevin in the building. I hope all is well, all is good with you and your families. Happy New Year's for those who just tuned in to my channel for the year. Yes, I am still alive, I'm still well. As a matter of fact, I just celebrated my 31st birthday, February 7th, 2021. As a matter of fact, that was Super Bowl Sunday. So shout out to the champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jason Pierre-Paul, Tom Brady, the whole crew, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown. Congratulations to you guys. And it proves that Tom Brady is truly the GOAT. Now today, this video is really to inspire and motivate you all who are actually going after your dreams and goals, and those who may be having some challenging issues and don't understand why you keep losing. Now, I'm going to go over about 4 or 5 reasons why some of you have a losing mindset and a life full and filled with failure. But we're going to reverse that, okay? So please don't take offense to what I'm going to say. Just take it with a grain of salt and run with it, all right? Now, the first reason many of you guys have a life full of failures is because you have a losing mindset. Somewhere along the line, you've developed the condition, a psychological condition of giving up too easily. You just don't try hard enough. You quit every chance you get, and even a slight chance of rain, you are already throwing in the towel. No, that ought not be so. Now, when you have a losing psychological foundation, that means your spirit is too weak. If your spirit is weak, you will never take on any challenges that come about. For instance, when your spirit is weak and you have some sort of adversity, say you might have just lost your job, or your girlfriend or boyfriend just dumped you or cheated on you, your business might be going down under. But you automatically just don't even fight. You just give up. What you really should be doing is, if you're losing in a situation and you feel as if your faith is weak, yeah, it's a good time to pray. But what you should have been doing is praying beforehand. Get your spiritual muscles up, so to speak. All right? Get your dukes up, like Pastor Yvette used to always say back home at my old church, Redeeming Word Christian Center. So shout out to everybody who's back home in Fort Lauderdale. Get your spiritual muscles up. Get your prayers up. Pray in the mornings. Pray in the afternoons. Pray before you leave the house. Pray before you eat. You should be having a life filled with prayers, is what I'm saying. Just like Joshua, God told Joshua to be brave and courageous. Be brave and courageous. He kept saying that. I think that in the book of Joshua, it says that about, 10 times. The point of the matter is, God kept telling Joshua, be brave and courageous, and meditate on my word day and night. So if you don't like praying, you don't believe in God, or you don't believe in a higher power, or whatever you believe in, you can still be praying. Matter of fact, pray to yourself. Pray to the universe. I know you believe there's a universe. We here in it. You need to get your muscles up, your spiritual muscles up. Because if you don't, there's going to be a time where there's going to be a challenge that can completely knock you out. There are moments in life, and I talked about this in my last video, bigger than football, life is bigger than football. If there's a situation that defines your life, and you did not fight back, and you just went along with the flow, that's going to define your life. They're called defining moments. Those defining moments, you need to stand up and fight. You need to stand up and defeat whatever is in front of you. Whether it be debt, whether it be someone physically trying to harm you, God forbid, trying to kill you. You need to stand up and do not run, do not duck and hide. You need to go to war. Contend for your life. Contend for your life. Speak what you want to happen, what you want to accomplish, speak it into existence until it actually manifests. And that's what my book, The Winner in the Mirror, I always get that twisted. That's what my book is about, The Winner in the Mirror. The book that you see behind me right here. Alright? The Winner in the Mirror. The world been waiting on this book, and actually I just received some information about a publishing deal. I'm working on a publishing deal, and so it was actually delaying the process of this book just by another 20-30 days. But I'm the king, so I determine my future. And if people gotta wait, hey, you gotta wait. People waited for Game of Thrones a year, they could wait for The Winner in the Mirror. This book is a game changer to get people to having a winning psychological foundation. Because if you're not winning psychologically, there's no way you're going to win out there externally in the world. Which is a segue to what I'm about to say next, which is we need to change the projector. In life, if you don't like what you're seeing, if you don't like what your eyes are physically seeing or what you feel in your spirit, you need to change the projector. The projector is your thoughts. Because what you're thinking is what you are seeing. So if you don't like where you are, you don't like the community you live in, you don't like your career, then you need to change what you're working on so you can alter your future. For example, if you don't like the job you're in, do some research and find another way to make ends meet, to thrive. Because no one wants to just live life punching in, punching out, just on the clock, just to be doing it. No, we need to be we need to be doing something that we love doing. Because if you're working and you love your work, the money's gonna come. Especially if you're doing good work and doing great things. What you hear in the background is the rain, which means it's raining blessings. Some people may look at the rain and get sad and depressed, but me, no, I get excited when it rains because I know God is blessing us. It's blessing me, blessing my dreams, watering my spirit. And many of us don't have enough water in our spirit. And that's a big issue because it's dry. You know, our heart is dry. Our hearts get hardened. And it needs to be loosened up a little bit. It needs to be more moist so you can be a lot more kind. Because some of you are just too damn mean to yourself and to others. And it makes life so much harder because it's so much easier to be nice and kind than to be, mean. Now back to the projector. In the movie theaters, they have, we used to go to the movies, but of course that has changed to drastically, right? As you all can agree. And when you go into the movie theaters, for those who remember, some people call it a movie house, some call it the theater, some call it the cinema, there's a projector back there, and it projects a certain image into the screen. Some of what's projected on the screen could be love, could be violence, could be horror, something real gory and bloody. It could be very promising and inspiring. And if we don't like what we're seeing on that screen, especially if it's a horror movie, some of you guys don't like horror. I happen to love horror movies. I actually love all genre of movies. So it's not nothing that I won't watch unless it's really troubling to my spirit. Some of these movies, especially in the horror, I don't watch all horror movies. Let's get that correct. But some of them are just too demonic. You can tell that whoever wrote that movie was possessed or at some point in time possessed or have some sort of agenda, hidden agenda to get us all in accordance to what they're trying to, the spell they're trying to cast on everyone. Some of these movies and books and even songs are projecting demonic spirits. It is what it is. Some of our spirits are not strong enough to handle it, so we need to walk away from it. So if you're in a theater, let's say your life is a theater, if you don't like what you're seeing, then you need to run away from the TV projector. You need to get away from what you're watching. You need to change what's projecting on that screen. And so once you change it to something you like, you tune the channel, so to speak, or you change the radio station into something that is, what's the word I'm looking for? It resonates. That's what I'm looking for. Resonates. It resonates with your spirit, resonates with your soul, resonates with what you're trying to do in your life. Okay, so we need to fixate our eyes on something different. Because everything that's going on externally in the world is happening internally first. So we have the power to change what's happening externally, what we see, by what we are taking and feeding into ourselves, into our temple, into our spirit. That's how you get your spirit stronger. Changing what you're reading, what you're watching, and what you're speaking. Your words are very powerful. Now, if you want to get a stronger spirit, I'm going to give you a shortcut. May not necessarily be a shortcut to some of you. But those of you who used to run track or still running track and field or still jogging, a great way to build up your spirit, and I tell my friends this all the time, and family, when you're jogging, do not jog just thinking it is a physical matter. Of course, it helps your heart rate and makes you feel good. You lose weight, you get your mind focused. Man, jogging has so many benefits. Those of you who read my book, The Courage to Believe, my first book, Never Give Up, Keep Moving Forward. You know I used to run track. I was a track star in high school, college. I was doing my thing, and I still jog at least twice a week. Some people jog every day. I just try to jog twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, and hit the gym and things like that. The issue is that many of you, when you're jogging, you quit. You quit because it hurts. Ladies and gentlemen, life hurts sometimes. You need to keep jogging until you can't jog no more. And even if you want to stop, do not stop. Do not stop. Walk fast if you have to. Jog, I do a little lighter jog. But do not stop. Not even to catch your breath. Because you need to challenge yourself, because you've been giving up too much and too easily. You've been giving up too much, too easily, too quick. And there's so much more left in you. But you're so busy in thinking about how hard it is that you fail to realize that when you quit jogging, when you quit your running, you're literally quitting on yourself, and you're quitting on your life, and you're quitting on your life goals. But when you continue jogging, you find the fortitude to keep going, to keep fighting, keep pushing, no matter what, how hard it is, how hot it is, if it's raining, if it's windy, if it's cold, but you keep going. Guess what you're going to do? That's going to transfer from out there outdoors into your business world, to your office, to your career, to your job, and to your parents, and to your relationships. You're going to build the fortitude to keep going, to keep fighting. And that's the whole point that I want you guys to understand. It's a spiritual matter. Reverend Ike was the first person who I've heard actually say this, but I felt it all my life. When you're jogging, it's more than just a physical activity. It's a spiritual activity. It's a mental activity. So don't look at exercising just as getting sweaty, no pain, no gain. This is a war for your life. Contend for your life. Because many of you guys, you haven't contended for your life yet. You haven't until you realize your life was on the line. Someone was trying to take you out. The enemy was trying to kill you, trying to lock you up, trying to make you quit in college, make you quit your business, quit your marriages, quit being a good parent. No, hang in there and fight. And while you're jogging, say things like, and this is what I do. I chant these things when I'm jogging. God is good. God is great. You know how when in the army, when they're jogging, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. When they're doing that, I'm doing that in my head, but I'm saying God is good. God is great. Blessings come to me from the north, from the east, from the west, from the south. I say those things constantly while I'm jogging. May not be through the whole jog, but I say it a lot, and I'm pointing up to the sky because I know where my source is. Many of you don't know where your source is. You don't know your source. You think your source is your wallet. You think it's your bank account. You think it's your job. You think your source is your husband or wife. No, the source is the Creator. Once you understand that, no matter what happens around you, you understand that God, the Creator, the higher power, will give you the victory because you're hanging in there and you're fighting. You're holding on to the ship. Even you got to hold on to the ship by, the tip of your teeth with both your hands and your feet because you refuse to jump ship. By you refusing to jump ship, you're giving your chance opportunity to win. You're giving your chance opportunity for the victory. You're giving your chance. You're giving yourself a fighting chance. Once you give yourself a fighting chance, now you're building up that psychological winning foundation I talk about in the Winning the Mirror. You're building it up. And once it's built up, you will be amazed by the things that won't faze you no more. You will actually be amazed by how the little petty things no longer bother you no more. Now, I'm going to move on to the next thing. Map. Many of you don't have a map for your life. You see this right here? This map right here? This map is actually not the type of map I'm talking about. The map I'm talking about is MAP, must achieve purpose. If you don't have a map for your life, then you don't really have a point to go to. What helps us get a map for our life, must achieve purpose. It's an acronym I created for my book, The Winning the Mirror. Can't wait for that book come out. Lord have mercy. Oprah, I'm coming for you. Oprah Book Club, I'm coming for you. Now, the must achieve purpose. We all have something. There's a destiny that we all have in our lives. Somewhere along the way, it has hit us. It has presented itself to us. Maybe in a dream or a prophecy, or maybe reading it in a book somewhere, or God spoke to our spirit and told us, but there's a destiny in each and every one of you. I know my destiny. I found my destiny when I was about 31, 32 years old. When I realized, oh wow, this is my life purpose. It's to inspire the world. And I took it in stride, and I've been doing that ever since. With every single book I've written, it's been all about inspiring and empowering people. Whether it's The Courage to Believe, 7 Types of Queens, King's Desire, or The Winning the Mirror. And you see the link towards the end of the video. And please like and subscribe, share this video for those you know who are losing in life and don't have a MAP. Now, your map shows you where you want to be. The end result. Where is it that you want to be in life? Some people may look at the MAP as the dream book, the goals book, whatever the case may be. We all have one. If you don't have one, take the time to think and pray. Where do you want to be at the end of the day? What is the one thing you must accomplish before you die? What is the one goal you must achieve before you leave this earth? Think about that. Take the time to think about it, whether you got to pause this video. But I want you to seriously consider what I'm telling you right now. What I've just asked you. What is the one thing you must achieve before you leave this earth? And please don't let it be nothing about being revenge of someone or causing harm to anybody or want to make sure people see you floss, this or that you achieve. No. There's one goal out there. Find out what that goal is for you, your dream, so that you can have your MAP mapped out. Because if you don't know where you're going, then anywhere will get you there. And that's not the way you want to live. Because when you have a map, it helps your brain cells formulate themselves, your brain faculty formulate themselves, and organize itself so that it can show you and tell you where and what needs to be done, and certain reminders that you may need. Right? Because if you don't organize, if you don't guide your brain, then your brain cells, all 86 plus billion of them, will be running around like a pack of wild dogs, and you be doing anything and everything, and whatever, whenever. And that's that kind of life you want to live. So you must have an MAP. And there's certain words you need to speak into existence. Victory, abundance, blessings, overcoming, achieving, love, peace, power, inspiration, giving, servitude. There's certain words that you need to be speaking more of because they activate a certain level of consciousness within you. See, subconsciously, you don't think that the certain things that you're saying oh, I never have any luck. If it wasn't for bad luck, I don't have no luck at all. It can't get any worse than this. You know what I'm talking about. When you say those things, it's like you're creating a fog on your map. You're creating a smoke screen, and you can't see where you're going. So your map is going to give you that reference point, so you know where to go. As a matter of fact, when you read books or you study people in history, for me, I have so many historical figures that I look up to, sheroes and heroes, from Queen Nzinga, Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington, Toussaint Louverture, General Toussaint Louverture, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, Malcolm X, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Dr. Ms. Wilson, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. I can go on and on and on. Mary Ellen Pleasant, excuse me, Mrs. Pleasant, rest in peace, and who has become my latest shero. As a matter of fact, there's a book here that I just bought, and I can show you right quick, on Mrs. Ellen Pleasant. And this woman's possibly the first black millionaire, multi-millionaire, but definitely one of the most powerful women that I never heard of. Never, and this is the woman who gave birth to the civil rights movement. I never heard of it until late 2020, like the last week of December, and I'm reading this other book called Black Fortunes, and I stumbled across her. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is when you read books, and just those who are wondering what's the title of this book, is called The Making of Mammy Pleasant, and the Black Entrepreneur in the 19th Century, San Francisco, written by Lynn M. Hudson. The reason why I'm saying this is because when you read books on history, people that you look up to, people who motivate you, inspire you, right? They give you a reference point. Because by you reading and understanding what they're talking about, which one of my next videos is going to be called Time Traveling. It's going to blow your mind, guys. I'm going to show everybody how to time travel. I'm going to briefly talk about it here. When you read their stories, when you read what they've gone through, and Mrs. Pleasant, her story, late 19th century in California, San Francisco, but it started way in the East Coast up there in Massachusetts. It motivates you. It shows you what they've been able to overcome, their life lessons, how to deal with people. Mrs. Pleasant, who was one of the first multi-millionaires of this country, definitely one of the first, if not the first black millionaire. She didn't graduate college. She didn't have no big degrees. She did come from a rich family, but then again, she kind of fell off because, the family trusted this white family to take care of her, but all they did was make her work. She never brought her to school. That was the whole purpose of her family bringing her to that part of Massachusetts, was so that she can, be educated. But she learned a very powerful, very extremely important lesson. She studied people. She studied customer service. She understood how to do business with people and make people to be happy to be doing business with you. She took those skills from Massachusetts and took them out there to San Francisco, when all the miners out of San Francisco got the name 49ers, the football team, was because everybody was digging for gold. They were mining for gold. So the Niners, miners, that's how they got the name. So she started trading in gold and silver and lending lending money to people with a small interest. And people would just love doing business with her. Matter of fact, she became so rich and wealthy that she had to hide her wealth. She couldn't let people know that was her. So she'd come up, how today, if you live or you see movies where, the big drug dealers come in the neighborhood, the dope boys, and they get these fancy cars with the tents, and you don't know who they are. All you know is a black on black Bentley, and the windows roll down, and so people approach the car, give them the money, they go. She operated kind of like that. Not necessarily nothing to do with the drug business, but she used to ride in the horse and carriage, right? And have the curtains on the fancy carriage. Nobody knew she was black. And she was doing business with plenty of white men. And black men as well. But they just get in the carriage. She'll never step out and just come and give her money. You know, I'm sure she has security on deck, you know, and all that good stuff. But people love Mrs. Mary Ellen Pleasant. I can't wait to dive into this book. The little bit I read about her in Black Fortunes, this is literally a biography of her. The point I'm making is you can time travel, get yourself into their shoes to understand how did they accomplish what they accomplished so that you can have a reference point on your MAP. The next thing I want to get into is volunteering. Many of you fail in life because you don't volunteer. You think because volunteering is free, not getting paid, it means nothing. As a matter of fact, it means everything. It means everything to some people. Like Dr. Martin Luther King once said, you don't need a college degree to serve. As a matter of fact, we can all be great. You don't need a college degree to serve. You don't. Your verb don't have to agree with the subject to serve. All you need is a grace and a loving heart of gratitude. And I'm paraphrasing the quote, but that's what he said. We all can be great. Even in the Bible it says, the greatest is he that serves. When you serve, you understand the lower levels on the hierarchy. Let's say a household business, when you're cleaning and you listen to conversations as you're cleaning. A lot of people, opportunities came from cleaning people's homes and businesses. And people begin to trust you because you're expressing your spirit of excellence in your cleaning. Or the spirit of excellence in giving food to the homeless or those who are in need. If any of you ever look me up, check out my resume, Google me, however you want to do it, you will see that a great proportion of my life has been in serving. And the only reason why I started serving the way, you know, I've been serving for the past 20 years, there was a time in my life when I was mentoring. And, you know, through this organization, Ninth Pythagoras, up there in Delray Beach. So shout out to everybody who are the mentors, part of the organization. Great organization, Delray Beach, South Florida. The gentleman who, you know, helped me in this program wanted me to help the students, you know, with their homework, you know, middle school, high school kids with their homework and kind of talk about my life and the things I've been through, you know, because a lot of these kids, they're living in the ghetto, you know, literally in the war zones. And I could relate with them. That's why they wanted me to be one of the guys there, you know, amongst the women and men to be one of the mentors. And as I'm helping these kids, this is funny, and hopefully this blesses you as well. I completely forgot all the things I was going through. All the issues that I was facing, I completely forgot about it and found joy in helping these students. Now, once I got out of the, you know, the day was over and I'm heading home, of course now I'm hitting a tsunami of issues that I was dealing with. But when I was there in those classrooms, when I was there on those streets serving the food, cleaning up the community with these other organizations, Courage to Believe International, which is my nonprofit. You got what's the name of the other group? Got Ninth Pythagoras just mentioned, and New Game Movement. That's one as well, and also the Rock Church of Atlanta. That's another one as well. Serving, cleaning up the community, serving the food, giving words of encouragement. Those things empowered me, and I know it empowered everybody who was involved. And that's the point I'm trying to make. There was a lot of power in serving, but you would never obtain that power because you think you're too good to help others. Booker T. Washington once said, if you want to be lifted up, lift up someone else. There was power in lifting other people. If you really think about it physically, and this is actually, it is very much a spiritual act, but when you're lifting someone up out of the trenches, when you're actually doing that, it takes muscles, it takes power, and it's exercise. And you're getting stronger as you're doing it. And as you keep doing it, you're building great character traits, strong character traits, strong winning psychological foundation. When you see servitude as doing something great for humanity. You see, contrary to belief, you serving is the rent you pay for living on this earth. So serving is very much needed, it's powerful, it's a blessing, and best believe it will make you great. The next thing I definitely want to make sure I don't forget, which is the last, believing in yourself. Many of you guys have a life full of failure because you don't see a winner in you. You don't see the winner in the mirror, obviously. And you don't believe in yourself. When you don't believe in yourself, you're afraid to take risks. When you don't believe in yourself, you let life pass you by. You don't speak things into existence that you want to happen. You speak the things you don't want to happen. But when you believe in yourself, you are increasing your energy. Energy as in the God in you. There's a God in you. There's a God in me. By seeing yourself as a winner, by believing in yourself, you are going to do great things because the energy in you is infinite. You don't know how far you'll go. You don't know how much strength you have until you begin to believe in yourself. Even in the midst of perilous times. Even in the midst of war, thunderstorms, hurricanes, earthquakes, adversity. There's no stopping you when you believe in yourself. But when you don't believe in yourself, you limit yourself. The Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey once said, and this is by far my favorite quote of all quotes in life. Marcus Garvey once said, in the race of life, without confidence, you're twice defeated. But with confidence, you've already won before you've begun. That in itself is powerful. And it took me a while to understand what he was saying. And being that I'm on the same wavelength as Marcus Garvey, and just my level of consciousness is just out this world. But when I first heard that quote, I didn't understand it. You know how you can hear things and it goes to one ear and straight out the other. But as I got older and I kept hearing, I kept reading that quote and read his autobiography, The Life and Opinion of Marcus Garvey, it went in one ear and it stayed in my spirit. It rooted something in my heart, and I now understand what it meant. I'm going to share with you guys, and feel free to leave a comments and below if you agree. What he was saying is that without confidence, you're twice defeated. You have lost physically, and you've lost spiritually. Because once you've lost spiritually, in your mind, there's no way you're going to win because you're not going to put in the extra effort. But once you believe in yourself, and you can see the victory already in your mind, you can see the victory, you feel it in your heart, you feel it in your gut, you've already won. Before it even started, you won. You're coming in as if you already won. Don't you see? That's what it's all about. Speaking, believing, and execute the plan, which I call SBE, in my workshop. I do have a workshop within the mirror. I can't wait to launch the workshop. I'm going to talk about that, this a lot more elaborate, in videos out there. But I'm going to explain to you guys this. SBE. Speak it, believe it, execute the plan. Continue speaking your dreams. Continue speaking them. Continue talking them. Continue reading your dreams until you begin to believe in them. Because you may not see you have a shot in heaven. Some people say a shot in hell, but you may not see you have a shot in heaven of ever accomplishing X, Y, Z, whatever the case may be. But as you thinketh, as a man thinketh, as you think, as they say in Proverbs 23:7, as you thinketh is what you will be. As you thinking in your heart, that's what you're going to be. As a man thinketh, so is he. As he thinketh in his heart or her heart, so is she or he. You have to think of the victory. See yourself as a winner. See yourself as an overcomer. And it will be so. But if you don't see yourself as a winner, you don't see yourself accomplishing, you don't see yourself as winning, then you're not going to win. You're going to lose. No one wants to be a loser. And you're not a loser. You just got to start believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, find somebody that believes in themselves and latch on to them. Latch on to, get under their wings, so to speak. Because if they're eagles, they're going to automatically want you under their wings so they can help you fly. A lot of us hang around too many chickens and not enough eagles, or any eagles, and we just like chickens pecking on the floor. No. Make sure you hang around people who are going after their dreams and goals so that you can catch their energy, because positive energy is contagious. It's contagious. Like a friend of mine's 4th, Daniel Lubin, used to always say progress. He was an eagle. I became an eagle over time. Pastor Ed Branson, he's an eagle. And once you hang around some eagles, you will automatically recognize the chickens that's around you, causing you to peck on the floor to eat. Or eating scraps from other people's table. No, eagles don't want you to get your own table. Get your own home. They're not going to be complacent with you driving the hooplies when you should be in the Benz or Bentley. They're not going to be complacent with you wearing shoes with holes in them when you should be in some nice leather shoes. They're not going to want you to live under a bridge or in a box somewhere on the streets when you should be having your own home with your own bathroom and all the luxury and the refrigerator filled with food. You see, eagles want others to do good. You may be challenged. You may feel uncomfortable. You may get offended. So what? Forget your feelings. The internet has made it so easy to get into our feelings, especially social media, get into our feelings where we don't even hear no one out. As soon as someone says something you don't like, you cut them off, you block them, you unfriend them, you follow them, and all that old foolishness. Because the social media ain't what you could be, the agenda of the powers that be, to get us into our feelings so we can't connect, and can't build, can't learn. Forget about your feelings sometimes. When you talk about, if someone is blatantly disrespecting you, of course, defend yourself. But if someone is challenging you and getting you out your comfort zone, some of you just too damn comfortable being losers, then so be it. Let them get offended. It's going to make you tougher. It's going to make you want to win. Alright? My name is King Kevin Dorival. Let me get going. And I'm so thankful you guys watched this video. Please subscribe, share this. Pre-order my book, The Winner in the Mirror. It's going out to the market. It will be in the market. I know I've been saying that. But just know that with purpose, there's opposition. And it's not that there's opposition to releasing the book, The Winner in the Mirror. Not at all. It's just I want this book to get out there to the world. And if I have to wait a little bit to get out there into the public, because it's fully written. Everything's complete. From the book cover, the editing, everything. Now it's just getting a bigger deal. Not necessarily to line up my pockets, but I want to line up your mind with more positive thoughts. And I don't just want to go with just selling a few books here and there and, a few dozen books. I want to sell hundreds of thousands of copies of this book. The Winner in the Mirror, Activating Your Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. It's going to change the game. It's going to change your mind. It's going to make you, not only, it's going to make the world a better place. Because if each person sees themselves as a God, they're going to see the God in someone else. They see the good in someone else. And help and motivate and inspire each other. And that's going to make the world a better place. So I thank you guys for your love and support. Bless up. I'm King Kevin in the building. And you are the winner in the mirror. And hope you enjoyed the video. And just to recap, your spirit is too weak. We're going to change that by jogging, praying, and chanting, positive words and aspirations as we jog. Number 2, we don't have a map for our life. So we're going to get that map, right? Must achieve purpose. Volunteering. A lot of us don't volunteer. You're going to volunteer because you understand volunteering is powerful. It's inspiring. It's motivating. As great is he that serves. Okay? The greatest people in the world serve. So don't think it's something low. It's very powerful to serve other people. Servitude is a great characteristic. And number 4, believe in yourself. If you do these 4 things, you guarantee to win. King Kevin. Peace. Bless and much love.
King Kevin. King Kevin.